Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey everybody, how's it going? How you doing?
I'm cold.
She's cold, so we're gonna solve that. What are we gonna do to solve that?
Oh, we're just gonna go somewhere really nice and warm.
What place are we going?
Cancun in Mexico.
Yes, we're going to Cancun, Mexico, because it is freezing, and that's one of the worst things about Chicago is it's called January. Don't be here for it. So we kind of, that's why you haven't seen too many videos out of us lately. We're scrimping and saving a bit, and we're gonna go spoil ourselves in Cancun. Are you excited?
Yes, of course I am.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Plus, you'll get to go to Mexico for the first time. I haven't been to Mexico since 2002. So this is actually one of only 2 countries I went to as a child that I've never been to as an adult. Do you know the other? That's a no. The answer is Costa Rica.
Oh, right, yeah, I want to know that.
I told her last night, she doesn't care. All right, we are all checked in, but I'm going to be good and join you on normal people security. Are you excited for normal people security? I really miss my clear lane, everybody. I miss it.
Oh, you already said you could go for
She did, but I'm being nice. I can't do it. Here we go. Through security. Did you have any problems at security?
No, of course not.
I got special treatment, even though I was in the normal, and they're like, oh, you're special. TSA pre-check. You don't have to do any of this. Ha 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 ha. Sign up for TSA pre-check and global entry.
Hashtag not spons.
What?
Hashtag not spons.
Oh yeah, definitely not
Look, just
sponsored.
'cause you're not-
Dude, I would take their money. They just don't choose to give me any money. We're also going the wrong way. We gotta turn around. Anyway, we're off to the club lounge now, so that'll be a lot of fun. You excited about eating food at the club lounge?
I'm just hungry. All I can smell is avocado.
It is weird. This area always smells like avocado.
Yeah, it's just got this nice
Like-
aroma.
We're at like the rainbow area. It always smells like avocado here.
Like Sussex nasty.
Sus indeed.
Sussex.
Hey, Sussex.
No, it's not Sussex.
I was just being British reference. So we have returned. We're actually at the same seat we were the last time you were here when we were going to Toronto. It's funny, you've only flown out of here twice, and it's either to go to Canada or to Mexico. It's kind of interesting.
Let's see, top or bottom?
Yeah. And then we've got new pastry things going on here. So that's good. I may or may not do breakfast. We will see. Are you excited about Mexico? Good.
Tired though.
Yeah, well, you can sleep on the plane. Okay, we're officially in Mexico. Although we haven't got a passport control. We haven't done that part yet.
Yeah, so no.
So not technically. We're in the Nexus zone. Which ironically, my Nexus card doesn't do anything here.
No, my plans.
That'd be nice if it did though. But are you excited? How does it feel to be in Mexico?
Good, but it'd be even better if you sped up a little bit.
It would be, so I'm going to do that. Okay, we have cleared customs, which was relatively easy, just a long line. There's a special e-gate for Americans, Canadians, and Mexicans, but because I am nice and I was with her, I decided to stay in the long line, obviously. How was customs for you?
It wasn't that bad, honestly. I think I've been through way worse.
Yeah, basically, dude asked like, how long you here, where you staying, okay, stamp. We both got stamped. I didn't know they stamped Americans.
I'm happy, good stamp collection.
Yeah, she got screwed. She didn't get a stamp in Canada or the US, but she got one from Mexico. Okay, it's been a minute. So we have stories. So getting out of the airport was a bit of a pain. So the second you leave, you are accosted by everyone who wants to try and sell you stuff, specifically rides to places, etc. Which unfortunately we eventually had to buckle down and do because despite Uber claiming they function here, they do not. So since we hadn't prearranged any sort of pickup, we didn't have a choice. It was very annoying. If they give you the option of a shuttle or a private cab, they'll be like, oh, the shuttle is cheaper, but the private cab is faster, which makes sense. But they don't disclose that the shuttle is like once every few hours. And the reason it takes that long is not because the shuttle isn't there. It physically is. They just won't do it until there's enough people to justify it. So you could be waiting for who knows how long. To their credit, they were willing to upgrade us to a cab, and they did not charge the full amount to do so, which was nice. Mostly because we've been standing there for like an hour like idiots. So don't do that. Anyway, now we are off at our hotel, which is one of these nice all-inclusive resort type of places. Like I said earlier, Mrs. Koralik and I, the reason we haven't seen so many videos is she and I were mostly saving up to be able to do this. So yeah, expect a lot with tipping culture down here. It's big here. Everyone accepts USD. In fact, I was told don't even bother with Mexican currency as it's mostly seen as toilet paper here. That's what I was told. And so far that seems to absolutely be the case. So yeah, now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go hit the buffet. So we're inside the Italian restaurant, which is a giant buffet, and here's what I've come up with. Just some random stuff. They're still in the process of making pasta, which I may or may not get, but looks good. Buenos dias or buenos tardes. Buenos noches, no tardes. It is day 2 here in Mexico, in Cancun. Lovely Mrs. is with me here.
Hi.
How you doing? And believe it or not, she may play in the water. I've only partially prepared for playing in the water. I have a t-shirt on. You actually prepared, well done on you. And we had some food. They have room service here, which is sort of free because it's built into all the food. So you just have to basically pay like $5 and they'll bring you anything you want. Hey look, water! That's water, everybody. So you excited to go play in the water?
Yeah, but you realize you forgot to get a towel.
I'm in trouble. So how you feeling?
I'm good.
You like the water?
Yes.
Water's nice. Yeah. It's a great view, everybody. We got a storm coming in, but for now, very nice. Are you happy you're here?
Yes.
Good. So here you can see our view, which is very nice. And I also found something that's a tad ironic, so indulge me, if you will, indulge me. So this is a Mexican Coca-Cola. No doubt if you're an American, you've heard the whole thing about Mexican Coke, using real sugar and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, joy. But even though this is a Mexican Coke, you can actually read the ingredients even though they are in Spanish. Turns out this is the high fructose corn syrup version, which is the American version, which I cannot state how ironic that is. The part about that that's funny is that the missus, you know, is used to the real sugar of Coca-Cola and always liked it, but she's odd in the sense that she prefers American Coca-Cola. So we had got her a Mexican Coke back in the States and she didn't really like it. Then she got used to the American Coke and then we came down here and she was like, oh no, I'm not gonna like the Coke again. And then she drank this. She's like, oh, it's amazing. It's just like the American one. Then sure enough, I looked at it. That's why. This is called irony. So it's now day who knows, but outside the resort, there isn't a whole lot going on. There is a 7-Eleven across the street, and I thought, okay, that's a little weird. I want to check out the 7-Eleven to see what kind of Mexican treats we have over there. Now, because it's a resort, all-inclusive, they have security and stuff like that because they don't want people just wandering in and eating free food. So I'm going to have to go through a little bit of an odd border check of sorts, but all good. I've got a special wristband that makes it fine. So we're going to go see what kind of Mexican treats we can come up with. Funny thing about 7-Eleven is everybody thinks it's an American chain. It was in like the 1980s. It's actually Japanese now and has been for years. So yeah, thanks Japan. Now this is a Mexican Coke. 1 liter, glass bottle, real sugar, Coca-Cola. Are we getting it? No, but there it is. All right, so this is the most interesting thing I found. Something called Pepsi Kick. Never heard of this before, so I did a quick little Google search of it. Apparently, it's a variant of Pepsi exclusive to Mexico. And it's sugar-free, but it's like basically pure caffeine. We'll see how this goes.
By the way, this is an example of a license plate in this particular area.
I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of what it's like out here. So in these resorts, they have tons and tons of restaurants, and these are all inclusive, so the whole idea is that everything's essentially prepaid for. So anywhere you go, if you're ordering drinks, if you're ordering food, it's already pre-covered. You can, if you wish, include tips on stuff, but it's not, you know, strictly necessary. Lots of pools, and the whole idea is you have like a wristband that kind of, you know, tells them, everybody, like, hey, you're legitimately here, blah, blah, blah. So like right here, this thing up ahead is like a taco restaurant, but it also has burgers and hot dogs and stuff. So if I wanted to, I would just go over there and order whatever I want. They just give me whatever I ordered and then I eat it and that's it. There's also a sushi bar back there, which is what I think I'm going to hit up. You can see several people there. The restaurants, there's multiple ones like in there and there. Some have dress codes, some are just, you know, casual. I'm gonna go for sushi because I feel like eating light, but yeah, here's examples of things. Sushi bar, Viva Mexico, different things. But yeah, lots and lots of stuff to do. Okay guys, I've been out at the jacuzzi all day, spoiling myself with not drinking, so now it's time to drink something. I'm gonna drink that Pepsi Kick because I'm really curious what this is like. Again, this is supposed to be a Mexican exclusive version of Pepsi that has a lot of caffeine but no sugar. Here we go. It's really weird. It's very sugary in the sense that it's sweet. I don't think I like it. Like the name Kick is kind of appropriate. It just kind of punch your tongue a little bit, but I don't know how to like really place it. I don't know what kind of sweetener it's actually using, probably like aspartame or something, but this is something I would definitely only drink for the caffeine, we'll put it that way. Ooh, nice little downpour, perfect, there you go. Exciting, I guess. So it's day who knows, and I've just been spending the last few days with the missus. We've just been enjoying things like the jacuzzi and the open bar, but she's been enjoying that. You know, there's unlimited food at all sorts of different restaurants. You just go in, order whatever you want, which is really nice. Just eat as much as you like, which, hey, I appreciate that. And now we're gonna do something else. We're going over to a convenience store, and we're gonna pick up a bunch of random Mexican candies and American candies that only exist in Mexico, and various drinks. Let's go. See, when you leave the resorts, as you can see at the bottom of this hill, they have security and stuff. This is just so they let the right people in, because if you were to get past this, it's all like unlimited free everything, so they obviously don't want that happening. But once you're outside of it, you can obviously just go wherever you want. I've been told repeatedly, yeah, don't do that. Don't really leave the resort area unless you absolutely must. But I'm doing it just to go to convenience stores, which literally next to it is a convenience store. There's also that 7-Eleven from earlier, but I don't feel like going over there. So it looks like we have some exclusive Oreos. This looks to be lime Oreos. We also have Soul Oreos, which would be like sun. That's interesting enough. Okay, so here's what I ended up picking up. It's despite what it looks like, this actually isn't all for me. This is for my cousin. I like to bring back stuff. I'm not lying, and you know that.
All right.
Why would she accuse me of that? I actually don't eat stuff like this. Anyway, so here we got an exclusive version of a Crunch Bar, birthday cake edition. The white chocolate Snickers. This one's kind of interesting. A Mexican chocolate specific Hershey's Cocoa Creations. My cousin really likes dark chocolate. I personally do not, but I think he'll get a kick out of that. This looks like hazelnut Milky Way. Espresso Snickers bars. I have to admit, I did get one of those for myself because I do like coffee. I've never heard of these Carlos V or Carlos 5 bars, but I kind of grabbed one of everything that they had. This is a Milky Way with red berries. There's strawberry and raspberry stuff in it. This like ice cream version of a Hershey's bar. Didn't you try this one?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it? She did not like it, so that's why we bought more of it. Hershey's Cookie Bites, Crunch Rocks, Hershey's Almond Bites, a Crunch Cookies and Cream Bar, which is slightly different from this as far as the color anyway. And then something that just made me laugh because it's called Nugs. I had no idea. Looks like a Snickers without the brand. So Mrs. Koralik was feeling a little homesick for McDonald's, so we decided to go ahead and get her McDonald's, despite being in an all-you-can-eat resort, which I think is pretty funny, to be completely honest. It just dawned on me, incidentally, that once she eats this, she will have had McDonald's in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Mission accomplished. I'm going to hit the buffet now. I should note, because I don't eat McDonald's, but she does, and she's eaten in a lot of countries now. She says that chicken nuggets are one of her favorite things, but every country does it slightly differently in her observation, and that only the Europeans seem to be able to do it correctly, because we had it in Mexico, obviously. She said she did not like the chicken nuggets here. She's had them in the US, said she doesn't like them at all there. And she's had them in Canada, didn't like them there. But in the UK and Ireland, she likes it. I don't remember her opinion on other parts of Europe where we tried it, like Gibraltar, or, which is technically the UK, or Frankfurt, or any of that, but yeah. I guess as a McDonald's connoisseur that she is, North America can't do the chicken nuggets, apparently. For the record, there are a lot of restaurants in here, but typically I just go to La Paloma because it's a buffet. All the other ones are like fancier and nicer, but some of them have dress codes and you have to have reservations, and I'm just too lazy to plan that much. So buffet it is. Wandering around the buffet now. So when you sit down, they ask you for a drink order. I typically just get water, and the guy is like, "No, man, it's all inclusive. We can give you any drink you want. We do anything." And I was like, "Water," and he's like, "Ah, okay." Get something special. I ended up going with a Mexican coffee. That is special. Today I've decided I'm going to crush the sushi bar. Had like 5 rolls of stuff. There's a great chicken one. There's also one that has beef in it, so we're gonna do that too. But yeah, that'll be fun. And then if there's space left over for my chunkiness, which there guaranteed is, I will go ahead and have hot dogs. So I'm at the buffet. Got food, whatever, not really that important. So Mrs. Koralik is up in the room. She's just chilling out, relaxing. So I get here, and the woman working here checks in. She's like, "Where's that pretty girl you were with? Where is she?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's up in the room." "Yeah, that's my girlfriend. She's just, you know, tired." And she's like, "She's your girlfriend? I thought that was your sister." Like, says a lot. Says a lot. And an interesting observation I made. So I travel a lot, as you guys no doubt know. And when it comes to seeing my own people, fellow Americans in other countries, you can have a mixed bag of feelings about that. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. Like if you're in Japan and you see other Americans or other gaijin, you're like, "Oh, get away from me, I don't want anything to do with them." It changes. Now, one thing I had never thought about, but I guess it makes a lot of sense. Where you're in Cancun, this is just like an American tourist destination. But it does attract a certain type of Americans. And it basically is usually due to geography. Like, most people on the west coast of the United States, if they want the beach vacation where they're actually going to fly somewhere, it's going to be Honolulu because it's within range, you know. Whereas East Coast will often maybe switch up, go to the Bahamas, or they'll go down to Florida, something like that. Here, it seems like your average American, not everybody obviously, but your average American seems to be very Midwestern. A lot of people from Texas in particular come down here. So you end up just kind of surrounded by people that are your people, but they're not your people, if you get my drift. So I guess that's a factor too when you're thinking about it. Like when I would go to Guam all the time, you don't ever see North American Americans, you just see the Native Americans, not Native Americans, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. American citizens, because people of Guam are, but not from North America. And so when you're here, there's a certain anticipation, I guess, now that the people you're going to see wandering around that are your people are basically people from, like, you know, the Deep South, which makes a lot of sense, Texas, Midwest too. There's a lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans while I was here. Like, at the time I'm recording this, they just played some big game or whatever. Not the big game, but the one right before. So you see a lot of that stuff. So it's just kind of interesting. I guess all I'm trying to say is keep that in mind as a factor when you travel to places, if you want to see your own people, which version of your own people you anticipate seeing. So our time here is wrapping up. What have you thought about being in Cancun in Mexico?
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah?
Yep, highly recommend it.
Yeah, Cancun's been fun. The resort experience is also fun. Some people might see this as negative. We keep seeing a lot of cops and stuff down there, but that's
actually a good thing. That means that you're protected.
Yeah, I was never really worried about my safety, but I'm now very not worried about it. But yeah, I've had a good time here, so thank you for joining me on this adventure. And we're now going to go hit the buffet again, because that's mostly what
you're going to go hit the buffet. I'm going to go hit the drinks.
She's going to hit the open bar. I'm going to hit the open buffet. So we're about to get some food again, and you got a strawberry daiquiri, it looks like.
I did.
And we made a little deal, so what do I have to do?
You have to have your own cocktail.
It's called the Vampire, and it has tequila in it. Last time I was in Mexico, I was 14 or 15, and my mom made me drink tequila. You heard that sentence correctly. So that's why, in honor of my mother, tequila.
For Susan.
Good evening, morning. Actually, it's morning. I'm tired. We didn't sleep that well. Anyway, both of us didn't. Anyway, so we're at Cancun's airport. It's time to go back to the U.S. So, little pro tip. We were complaining about how, like, Ubers and stuff don't work when you leave the airport. They do work to go to the airport, which makes life infinitely easier.
Extremely convenient.
Yeah, if I could give one pro tip about this trip, people did warn me about this, and I just kind of stupidly didn't listen because Uber lied to me. Definitely pre-plan a shuttle to get you out of the airport. Getting to it is easy. Getting out of it is hell on earth. Yes, ooh, Twizzlers. That's what you want to hear. Well, I guess that's that for us. So thank you very much. No, I'm just kidding. I'll see you in the next segment. So we just cleared Mexican, not exit customs, I guess, but just airport security. How would you describe it?
That was so easy. That was literally the easiest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but
I don't know.
Either way, it was very simple.
Good for me, because I have anxiety.
Yeah, so it was super easy. Mexico doesn't really seem to have exit customs anymore.
Yeah,
I was told they did. I don't remember it from the last time I was here. I was in high school at the time. But yeah, so the U.S. doesn't do exit customs either, so we kind of thrust that upon certain countries around us.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so now, yeah, she likes M&Ms. And I guess we're going to look for a bottle of tequila or something. I don't know why, because I don't drink it and she doesn't like it, but that's the adventure now. All right, problem solved. Something I want to add to this, as far as customs for both getting into Mexico and getting out of Mexico that we observed. In advance of coming here, I was looking into it a little bit, and there used to be this thing called an FMM, which was like a special form you had to fill out, etc. None of that really seems to matter anymore, at least for Americans, and in her case, British, don't seem to apply. What happens is, the one thing you really need other than your passport is your boarding pass. Your physical paper boarding pass is essential when you arrive because they actually look at that. So if you're like, I do everything digitally, do not do that with boarding passes. I would say that anytime, but this is a special situation where you actually need it. Now, I thought we were going to require it upon exit, you don't. At least so far, nobody's cared about it. We went through security and everything, nobody cared.
We got upgraded to first class.
We did. We got upgraded first class. I'm not entirely certain why, but I'll take it.
Same.
Yeah, so...
First time for me.
Yeah, are you excited about that?
I mean, yeah, 3 hours of bliss, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like a business pod or anything. It's just one of those like bigger seats, but it comes with a free breakfast, which would be nice.
Yeah, I'm starving, so I need it.
Food good, coffee better. How are you feeling here in first class? Fancy, maybe?
Yes.
Are you a fancy bitch?
Yeah. Well, I always have anyway.
So they gave you a free mimosa.
Exit road now is consigned to review the safety guard, the seat pocket in front of you. Please take a look, even if you're a frequent flyer. Each aircraft site is different. If you're unable or prefer not to sit in the exit row, please let a flight attendant know.
All right, we landed. Flight was good. What'd you think of a little breakfast?
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, it was nice. So thank you, United, for the little upgrade there, which we weren't really expecting. Anyway, now we got to do the fun part. Immigration. So how'd customs go for you?
Really, really fast. It was over within like less than a minute.
Yeah, the guy's just, oh, welcome home. Even though, yes, not a citizen, but he was like, whatever. Good. So we're all having fun. We have our bag, and now we're going to go home.
Yes.
Yeah, but first we must use el baño.
Yes.
¿Dónde está el baño? El baño.
Oh, I'm sorry, I need to go.
El baño está aquí. Spanish. Okay, so now that we're back home, I do want to say Mexico was fun. Cancun's a good time. It's a good little beach spot. It's only like 3 hours from Chicago, 3.5 hours, whatever the flight was. Not far, but I assume more people from like say Texas would be more likely to go there. Anyway, so more unique for you actually because British citizen. So what did you think of Mexico?
I liked it personally. I mean, didn't really leave the resort or anything like that, but I really enjoyed going to the beach every single day.
It's not fair. I did go to 7-Eleven.
You did, I did not.
She did not. So I guess I would follow that up with, so now that you've been to the North American trifecta of Canada, which if you guys remember, she was in Canada for all of a weekend. You've been in the U.S. for like a few months. And then Mexico. What's your opinion on all three of these countries at all? Like anything?
Canada, I can't really offer an opinion just because I wasn't there for long enough, but from like just that minor experience, people were very friendly, very hospitable. Place was just kind of, so-so, but I'd have to go back there to actually get a proper opinion. United States, obviously, I like it, hence why I'm back here again. Mexico, I'd probably go back there in the future, maybe, but maybe not Cancun.
Why not Cancun?
Probably just to try somewhere else that's different. Somewhere still on the beach, though.
Very reasonable answer.
Yeah.
So there you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our little excursion down to Cancun, and stay tuned to whatever we end up doing next. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. All the social media stuff's in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, etc. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all later.
Peace out, 5,000.
That's right.